Welcome to Nubby's Number Factory. Again, we're playing challenges. Again, there's a lot of stuff I have not done in this game because I've not played it extensively. And I feel like I haven't played it in a while. But let's dive right in because I like this game. It is fun. I historically like roguelikes. I know not everybody does. And I might ask those people, what's wrong with them? You know, a simple question. For simple people, but it's good. I'm not going to explain this game. If you don't know how this game works, you can probably figure it out just by watching me. And I feel like the more you play it, the more sense it makes. Alright, we have a dinosaur. 60% chance to do nothing, 20% chance to double the one random pig. I mean, it kind of just like... It is just random. It could potentially be good, I suppose. I don't know if you upgrade it, but it's kind of random. Happy seal. 2 rounds with smack when a peg is smacked. It counts as a peg halved. Huh! So if I use this alongside this, it would only give me the benefit without the detriment. But I'm not going to do that because I can only afford it. Again, this challenge is you have 10 bucks. And you can never have more than 10 bucks at a time. Which makes it very tricky because you can't really stock up on the moolah. You kind of just have, you know, the cash you have. But I want to get at least 10 every time I get to, you know, the next shop. But I can't do more than that. And as with most roguelikes of this type, it's a lot about getting shit, and the shit will help you get stronger as the game gets harder. First triggers one random item. Every 1 second. How long does this take? The first peg pop was the highest number peg. Huh. I think I would take this one. As I don't know. I don't know what meta I'm building here. If Nubby's still alive, someone's a meat orb. Someone's one straw that pops 1 peg. What does jumble mean? See, what I actually want is food. I feel like I ought to buy... I'm gonna buy 2. You might call me stupid for that. And I might call myself stupid for that, but... I want to be able to buy other things. Come on. Come on. There we go. Okay, barely. Just barely. I haven't seen shit like that since I've been to Bear Lawn. I keep making references as if I'm a character from a book I've been reading, which is like psychopathic behavior. It's like, I shouldn't do that. That doesn't make any sense. But you kind of can't help it. I mean, I can. God, while I have 1 thing, it's actually pretty good. That's pretty good. I don't know. I can't get more money than I have, so I might as well get something else. Just by logic, by pure logic. 85% chance to receive a random common item, 80% chance to receive a random... Fuck it, just give it to me. What is it? Nubby gives points equal to the number of times that Nubby's been bounced around. I guess that's... I mean, that's not great. And honestly, that kind of interferes with my other shit. Annoyingly. But like... Oh, actually, no, that's exponential. But that's getting that, having that randomly trigger is not the greatest. That's not what you would want to have happen for that perk. Okay, I can't control it, so it doesn't particularly matter. But come on, go for it. Live. Obviously, if you fall without getting your quota, you will die, and that's tragic. And it's funny. This is genuinely like oddly compelling, and a lot of the abilities actually kind of make like the more you play it, the more it's like, oh, this makes sense. Not that you wouldn't expect that, but it's a surprise. Every item in your inventory gives points equal to a random peg's number. Every 3 seconds. That's not very often. So when a peg is halved... You know, that's not terrible. But that involves a very specific meta. None of these are very good. I could buy an item slot and buy some food, but I'm gonna buy this instead. I want to just live. And again, this is a challenge, right? So it's gonna be difficult. Who knows what's gonna happen? Beautiful. Stunning. Give me horse triggers, all first peg popped items. I don't really have any of those. What would that? What would be useful with that? Oh shit! That is, I have a genius thing. That's not going to be effective at all right now. But if I immediately, as soon as I get to like a shop. Okay, bro, fucking shuffle, dude. What are you doing? That's genius. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move this to there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This will happen 4 times. And that could be a huge boon whenever I die. That's genius. Come on, get that 10,000, get that 10,000, get that 10,000. Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm gorgeous, I'm handsome, I'm delightful, I'm lovely. That worked. There's a part of me that just wants to go endless on stuff like that. A lot of roguelikes, sometimes it's just fun to see how far you can break it. I think there's an essence of roguelikes that make me think of Flash games. It's interesting. But, no, I need to do that. Yeah, I'm gonna freeze this because I want that next time. Beautiful. Frozen. Can I feed anything? I mean, I can't spend my money. I might as well do that. Okay, beautiful. If I can get consistent money, that's not a bad idea. If I can only hold 10. I won't be able to get more than 10 though. That's the only problem, which makes it a bit tricky. Again, there's a lot of randomness into this, which is I feel like you have to do a strategy and I hope you don't get unlucky. But if you get unlucky 1, 2, 3, 5 or 6 times in a row, then you've got a problem. Like you have a problem, and that's just really bad, and you're not good, and you've set something up to be shit, and that's kind of your own fault. Or you're just not good enough to to go through it. Force triggers the item in slot 7 1 time. You know? I need to eat more food, but that could work. That just means for a while now, that's not going to do anything. Which is kind of sad, but, you know. What can I do? I froze something, didn't I? What the fuck happened? Okay, first of all. Reroll. Give me something that I can eat. That's not useful. Well, actually, that is useful. If I have 3 gold, then I can get 5. Someone's a sharp shot that will pop another random peg. What do any of these? I don't have any upgrades right now, which is not helpful. Can I sell this? That was stupid. That was dumb. Why did I do that? That was a fucking idiot. I'm the fucking moron. Stupid, dumb idiot. Idiot. Fucking like idiota. It's stupid. Estupido. Sorry. I should have bought then so I don't sorry, my brain listen, I had a day of work today. I'm tired. I'm gonna have to get up early tomorrow. Give me like a life break. Give me existence. If I can acknowledge my mistakes, you can acknowledge that I made it. That's the beauty of the world we live in. Oh, that fucking one? Nice. Okay, how much money? I have 9. Getting food would be nice. Give me that. Gives me 8. That will give me 5. And that gives me 10. Here's the problem, is because of one of the perks I have that has empty slots, I don't actually want... Actually, I could do that, can I? There we go. Buy another one of these. Give me 5. Can't reroll again. Can I reroll here? I can reroll here. Legs. Actually, I feel pretty good about what I'm doing right now. It's kind of... It's always a little bit stressful to go under constraints. Constraints where it's like you can't buy as much or do as much, but it's self-inflicted. You have to kind of rely on the builds you can manage. Do you like how sometimes there's just bonuses? They're just like bonuses. Randomly. You don't get detriments often. You get like bonuses. Like how random shit happens. Great. Stupid. Stupid. Oh, the fuck, that one? This item emits a god ray. Huh. Let me go to the cafe first. What have I got? Do I want any of these things? What is this? The god ray rapidly pops a random peg once for each time the slot... fucking this. That might not happen very often. Sorry, it's a fucking fly. I'm so curse heavy, aren't I? I'm gonna reroll. I don't want any of that, actually. And that's not a bad idea. That just gives me a duplicate, essentially. But... not that useful. We'll go to the cafe. I'm gonna reroll. That just gives... You know what? That actually is helpful. As stupid as it is, it just gives me a slight benefit. Fuck it. Very slight, but a little extra bit every time I die. I didn't even read that what it said. Half the time, I don't even look at the bonus. I just don't need to. That one is empty. Random item from Nubby will appear. I didn't want... I just realized why I didn't want that perk. Because it goes again... Oh, God damn it. Sorry, I'm not thinking. You have to think about things from all angles if you really want something to happen, you know. If you don't want to get taken advantage of, think of it... Think from every angle. Take the time to think from every angle. It's important to do that. Random effect, that's right. Which... will be greater the longer I play, of course, because that's how the game scales. Actually, I don't know how the game scales. I don't know how, like, what you need scales with the amount of the points on the board. It might not scale, actually. But it feels cool. If I could ever get a second one, that'd be great. What food do I got? Thank you. One reroll's nice. Right, give me 10. That's good, consistent food. What I'm really looking forward to is something that's like... Is that actually that good? Devil's a random pick twice. That's not bad. Sorry, there's a thing. Pops 2 random pegs. I might just pick that up because for no reason. Okay, so what do I have? I have 4 sugars, 1 item every second. 4 sugars, the item in slot 7, 2 times for each empty inventory slot. That's great. And that's pretty good too. Do I care about this laser pointer? It's not bad and it's rare, but I don't actually know if it's that beneficial. Reroll. Can I buy another reroll? I guess I can. Yep, give me that. And reroll again. Ooh! To double the highest number. What does that do? So if I pass... Oh, I see what it does. Okay. Yeah, I want that. I'm gonna sell that. And I'm gonna buy that. I'm never gonna get another one. Ever. But, you know, you do what you can. Oh my god, Jesus Christ. Of course, there's a good chance I might not pass the round goal before it happens, but it might help with scaling. There's a lot. This is a very interesting roguelike in terms of the way it handles like progression. It's kind of interesting to me. Because it's got like it's got weirdness to it. Like, look at that. Oh, that's great, actually. Yeah, holy shit. And I guess it stays? Does it stay? I don't think it stays. I don't know if the temporary buffs stay. And this one is like, well, you don't... This isn't actually that beneficial just due to the fact that, like, it's only if you pass the round goal. But, you know what? That doesn't matter, because it could randomly happen. As in, it could, like, push triggers one random item every second. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Push trigger the item in slot 6 one time for every 7 rounds you've passed. Now that feels better than this. No, actually, this is better. There we go. There we go. Now we're getting millions. See what I fucking mean? Whatever that the big shit, the big fucking meat. Yeah, okay, I get it. I get why that. I have to remember that it doesn't really matter what the qualification for this one is, for any of them are, because they can trigger at any time. It's genius. I don't play enough roguelikes like I used to. I think it's because when you get busy in real life with work, and you have like limited time, like look at that, it's 4 million. That's 16 fucking million. You see what I fucking mean? That's fucking nutty. Okay, yeah, I get why that's broken. Is everything's good? This force is triggered. It transfers to the force trigger to the item at the left to me. You know? Oh, okay. Okay. I'm thinking if I put this here and then move that there, that's good. I'm almost wondering if this kazoo is actually as good as I think it is anymore. If I put this E here, if the chaotic perk triggers it, then it'll trigger this one instead. Oh my god, I can make this trigger more often. Selling this. Well, actually, okay, first things first, could buy this. I'm gonna sell that. I'm gonna re-roll. Nothing there. And buy that. Then buy that. We roll again. Beautiful. We roll one more time. Every half second. You know what? I'm going to freeze. I don't know. You know, I don't even want that. I don't want that. Beautiful. I don't know if upgrading works only once, but I'm going to freeze that just in case. Oh, or like, or rather, do I need to like get 2 pluses and then combine? No, I don't think you can. I think it's only 1 upgrade, as far as I can have, so far as I have gleaned. But should be upgrading a lot more now. Because this will trigger, or this will trigger, which will cause that to trigger. What is it? What is my... Where's my biggie? There it is. It's right there. I kind of want the lower shit at the bottom. That way, like, it doesn't get hit immediately. There goes a million. You see what I fucking mean? But, like, you want it to build up, otherwise it's not going to matter, but... It didn't work? Holy shit. I don't know how that happened. That was amazing. It was magic. There's 500,000. There's a million over there. There's 4 million. Okay, one more time. Is it the 32,000 that's the strongest? Oh, it's the one right above me, like a fucking moron. Of course it is. Okay, one more. Oh, no, that's the worst reroll. Okay, whatever. Fuck it. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die here. Man, I don't want to die here. This is so fucking... This is a bad place to die. But barely. Again, if I can get this to work, it's great. But if I can't, then it's not great. Actually, I almost don't want it to hit the... It hit... Oh, God, that's bad. That's not a good spot. Come on, hit that again. Hit that again. Beautiful. Get the double. Get the double. Come on, there you go. There we go. There we go. Again, if this was like... I could buy shit, this would be so much better. This would be amazing. What? I don't need money, so what the fuck? I don't know, give me this. What is this? Give me something. But at this point, I almost wonder if this lobster claw is even worth having anymore. It doesn't feel like it is. What is 7 again? It's dying. You know, that could still be... Actually, you know, this could still be really good. It's random, but it could still be good. If I skip it, doesn't matter. I'm gonna buy it and I'll just take it and sell it. Play one more time. Why not? Fucking give me something. Give me something worthwhile, game. T-block. When this force triggered, it transfers to the force trigger item left it, man. Is this useful at all? Not really. Like that, I was like, is that there is no use in that whatsoever in my mind. Wow, just fall. Wow, I won. What the fuck? Oh, delightful. Yeah, there's a benefit of getting blocks that aren't just the ones you hit. Obviously, that should be blatantly obvious. But the fact that I don't have that can cause problems. I do need to buy something. If I buy that, does that? No, it doesn't. I need something like I'm getting like millions, but I need something to hit the millions. The laser pointer would be good. I almost regret getting rid of it now. Okay, if I spend money, I can get my money back. That doesn't work at all. Reroll once. 10 pegs pop, the lowest peg is equal to 10 times. What does this do? Summons one straw. 10. Okay. This, I don't think this lobster claw is going to help me anymore, so I'm going to restructure my thinking. Actually, I'm going to buy this. Go back to cafe. Use this pig. Give me 5. And give me 7. Gonna buy this. Gonna do that. I'm gonna move this. Move that there. So this is gonna happen when this triggers. And the fact that I have more things happening now is a problem. Because it means this is less effective, but I feel like this was already losing its effectiveness. And unless I could get another one, then it's kind of like it's a flawed thing. There we go. There's problems with that happening, but you know, I feel like that's pretty good. Because I'm getting big peggers, and the big peg. Oh. That was bad, but it's fine. It's okay. We're good. We're alive. We're here. See, it all worked out. It all worked out in the end. Force triggers all items in odd numbered slots. Force triggers the item in slot 7. I mean, I already have that. It could counterbalance the one I took away, but I want to force trigger everything in odd numbered slots. I mean, it's not a bad way to starting. Fuck it, we'll do it. The magic. Thoughts on miniature wargaming? Never done it. I've never done miniatures. Never done Warhammer. Never done any. I've never done any tabletop games of that like, where you have to build and paint your own army and play rules. There's other stuff like bolt action. It's not just Warhammer. There's plenty, of course, but it's not like they don't seem fun. They do seem fun, but you need that's the hobby in and of itself, and you kind of need people to play with. And you know, if I just did it myself and went to a local game shop, that's like it's a little rough for me, anyways. Personally. Not that this is disinterested. I love games. I mean, I like games in general. Those kinds of games, you think and you do stuff and you roll the dice. It's time to roll the dice. Can be very, very fun. Can I get 2 of these? Can I get 2 of these? Okay, what do I have over here? I can buy that. Then buy this pig. Oh, fuck. That was stupid of me. Waste. Yeah, that was dumb of me. Dumb idiot. That would have been useful too. Waste. Just a waste of money. You do any tabletop? Not really. I mean, I played a little bit of stuff. There's plans to have like a friend of mine is going to host a D&D thing, which is great. It'd be really fun. But but not much, and that's just because I haven't really been around a lot of people who do it extensively. To a point where I'd get significantly into it, which is a little sad because I would like to. But there's a lot of things I enjoy, and I just don't have time to do everything, to be honest. I can't be a nerd for every facet of the fucking reality, you know? If being a nerd was my job, maybe it would be a little different. I'm gonna die here. I'm gonna die here. I'm gonna die here. I'm gonna die here, probably. Probably. Oh, man, I was doing so good. I've only been playing for 30 minutes. I feel like I've been playing for like an hour. I felt like I was doing great there. No, but no, typically no. Go. All right, new strategy this time. We're going to be bold and brash and not fuck this up. There's always the feeling in a roguelike, by the way, of like when you restart. It's like playing Binding of Isaac and you restart and you're just weak and you're slow. This game's not that bad because it's so fucking quick that it almost doesn't matter. Or Isaac specifically, you get upgrades to your speed, and being slow is just sucks. You know, I'm gonna actually freeze that one. Oh, this music is so fucking good. I would like to do tabletop more at some point. I really would. I just don't have any experience with it. And you get honestly, people get into it because of other people they know. That's it. It's rare to get into it just on your own, I feel. Makes you wonder how people got into it in the first place, but fuck it, give me something. I need something to live. But you can't do everything. You learn that eventually, is that you can't do everything. There's too many things in the world to engage in. Do you want to travel? Do you want to read books? Do you want to game? Do you want to stream? What kind of games do you want to play? What kind of people do you want to hang out with? There's almost too much to handle, you know? So really, at the end of the day, you have to do what you can. It just triggers that once. Do that. I don't know. I mean, I do like board games, and there's other... I mean, board games, I guess, are also tabletop game. I associate tabletop gaming with, like, tabletop role-playing games. Not as much of just actual tabletop gaming, if that makes any sense. Which I think people probably get. Holy fucking shit. I've seen this skull before, actually. But there's other board games. You can talk about big, weighty board games. There's tons. And I ought to play more board games, I'm being honest. There's too many out there. It's kind of sad I haven't streamed and played this game more. I really do like this game a lot, the game I'm currently playing. It's very fun. It's a chill game. It's the kind of game you play when you just chat a lot. Kind of like when I play Balatro. They're different. They're very different. And this one is so quick. And the strategies evolve so much. It is similar in some aspects, where you kind of build the run in ways that make sense, but like, you know, you shouldn't, they're not so similar that you can really say so. Fuck it, why not? I mean, it doesn't hurt. That was a board games. That was a city nerd, and we used to go to the shops when he was in college with buddies. A city nerd. I don't know what that means. Like, he lived in the city, or like city-themed board games? I don't understand. We introduced us Warhammer D&D. I mean, there's a lot of hobby shops. Even as a kid, I went to hobby shops because my parents went. Not to play like those kinds of games, but just for fun or whatever. I don't even know why, to be honest. See the trains and see the models that people had out there. And it's basically like an evolution of people who like played with trains and stuff, but it's more of there are rules. You can play a game. Hello, dude. I know we're supposed to be going to sleep soon, but I got stuff to do. I'm taking a late, quote-unquote, late night. It's not bad. I guess it's common. It's a common item, but fuck it. I'm not gonna... You know what? I'm not even gonna bother. He was in the city and he was a nerd, but a Midwest city nerd guy. He was also a college football player and a amateur bodybuilder. You can do anything. Like, being one thing doesn't disclose you from being another thing. There are plenty of, like... There are, like, professional wrestlers who fucking love anime and walk out to anime theme songs. There's a famous one who does it. So, you know, not a bad one. That's not a bad one either. What would I actually want in that left side? Do that instead. We worked 12 greater than 12-hour days last 2 days. I'm so sorry, man. That sucks. I'd ask why. I mean, you're not at liberty to say why if you don't want to, but, like, why? Is it something you just had to do? Was there a big release? Was something broken? Or were you just... There was just stuff you needed to get done, and it was cutting it. Or stuff you just wanted to do, because that sucks. I'm sorry. That's miserable. So it makes me think of back when I used to work at, like, Willie's, and I took, like, a double shift and worked the next day, you know? And it's like, you don't want to do that. That's not good for your body. Okay, so... Get that 10,000. Get that 10,000. I'm his pathetic, wimpy son that never lived up to his athleticism. You don't have to do either. Don't be an idiot. My dad does stuff, and I don't live up to him in those things, but I do my own things. Do your own thing. What are you interested in? And do that stuff. Don't fucking give a shit about what they do. I love my dad for what stuff he does, and it's all different from the stuff I do. And that's cool, because we're all different people. You know what? I'm going to buy another pair of legs and upgrade my pair of legs. And then I'm going to re-roll. Or not re-roll, or rather, just do that. Last minute requirement changes, and my Big Boss team got me to go live for customer early next week. I mean, I know there are times when that has to happen, but in my current job, that hasn't happened once. Like, there are historically moments of like, oh, you might have to be on call, or things might happen, or you take this time. And if something breaks, I've always said it, and I would be there. My previous jobs, that was more of a thing. It has never really happened currently with my current job, which is great. But I know it can happen, and I guess you volunteered for it, and that's fair enough. It doesn't stop it from sucking dookie, dude. Sorry, that's a... I hate the word dookie. Sorry, Green Day, but I hate that word. It's just foul sounding. That still sucks. At least you're taking a break, right? Only a 40% chance? What is something I even want to trigger? Boom, 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 boom. Fuck it, I guess that's better than nothing. And I'm gonna switch that for that. Just more disgusting eggs. As many eggs as I can do. Stinky, smelly eggs. What was this? That's interesting. If I put that there, that would trigger two things. Well, I don't worry about it. Opportunity doesn't come up much, so it's important for career-wise. I'll be in Virginia for 4 days next week. That's very exciting. I mean, I know maybe you don't want to be, but like Virginia's cool. Traveling is cool. Maybe you don't see it that way, but I always thought traveling for work could be neat. As someone who hasn't had a chance to do it very much, if at all really. So, but yeah, maybe he'll give you a chance to play Switch too. You think so too? I don't know what that's in reference to, but yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, work can suck sometimes. Work's been alright, it's been a little tiresome recently, depending. I keep getting annoying stuff, but you deal with it and then it gets better. Nice. Be cool to be the only R&D person there. Yeah, you might be the easiest trip ever. And it'd be a good excuse. Maybe you have fun with your coworkers. My sister, whenever she had to travel, sure, traveling can be tiresome, but you always get to have fun with the people, and maybe you see a different side of them. You guys might go out, go to a restaurant, get a drink. Maybe it might be on your boss's card if they're there. Depending, of course. Gonna buy that. Gonna re-roll. Gonna buy that. Alright. I don't really want this fucking kazoo. None of these are good. Re-roll. Yeah, none of these are good. That's interesting. Give me the meat orb, I guess. I don't know. No, give me this. Give me that instead. Actually, fuck it. Alright, this game doesn't make any fucking sense, but you do what you can. Enter the advanced saying programmer. An oil field inspector. That's shit that I can't even fucking imagine. What do you, like... What? How does that... God, that's insane. Like, oh, I'm not a technical competent person, and you do oil field inspections? Probably pays... I mean, oil tends to pay well, but I don't know how much inspectors do, but that's pretty cool. That's neat. Everybody does so many different things. You always wonder how people end up with certain jobs. It's bonkers. It's always a thought I have of, like, what makes people fall into specific career paths? Because some are very different, some are very specific, and some are just like, you know, I could never, like, see myself doing that, but, like, it exists and people need to do it and people do it. And I'm just like, huh, it's crazy. And not just like, you know, there's some people just work at a company. A lot of people don't care about the jobs they do. Which is honestly fair. I understand that perspective of it's like, oh shit, I just got work. Pays me money. Nice, okay, now I have maxed out the strawberries. Not a bad idea. What do I want? I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want. I can't understand. So that's... If I put that there... It's not a bad idea. Do I want... You know what? I'm gonna freeze that. And then I'll reroll. Alright, I'm gonna buy this. Alright, so strategy-wise. When this is force triggered, it transfers the item to the left of me. And this triggers all odd numbers. And every second triggers a random one. And triggers slot 3. So I need to put this in slot 3. Put that there. Do that. There we go. That's the logic I'm looking for. If I had one more coin, I could do better. It needs to be constant, really. Anything go wrong, millions could be lost weekly. Yeah, it's an insanely important job. I mean, that's with any job. Any kind of inspection job are incredibly important. My dad does inspections related for... I mean, he does other stuff now, but like... he's relevant in the health inspection field for companies for food. In some aspects. Don't I already have that? That would just do that twice. Not a bad one to have, I guess. But like, yeah. It's not even just, yeah, but anything goes wrong, you have to like be like, yeah, this isn't good. Everything shut. Anytime anything has to be shut down, it's instant loss. And that's obviously detrimental to a lot of industries. Any industry, really. If a server goes down for a day, you know how many millions a company has lost? For example. It's funny how there's so many like breaking points in things. We have this like tightly, you know, there's a bug. Tightly themed like society we live in. Not that worth it to do that, but I'm gonna do that anyways. Not much I can do here. Reroll. Give me something that's rare. Well, actually, that's a good thing. Been drinking gas on the regular, does it mean... Does that count as food inspection? Maybe! I think the FDA regulates what counts as... I don't think the FDA counts oil as food. It's up to your personal interpretation, though, like everything. You know, it's in flux. Could eating ass be regulated by the FDA? I don't know. Depends on if you think it should. Maybe it should be, because people get sick, man. Gotta keep those cheeks clean. I'll do an inspection. Yeah, that's some kind of role playing I don't think I would be into. Yeah, that's a little too much for me. The cheesy perk, every 3 seconds force triggers all items. I mean, yeah, that's just good. That's just like blatantly good. Nice. Okay, I only have 7. Can I get more money? That'll give me 8. That'll give me 9. Isn't enough. I'm gonna buy the seal, no matter what. I'm gonna freeze this. I'm gonna re-roll. And maybe I'll get that next time, depending. But jobs are funny. People, I think a lot of times, oh my god, Jesus Christ. I think a lot of times people just fall into things, don't they? That was almost a full clear. Somehow. Whether they mean to or not, people just eventually will fall into something, and that's what they do. Some people have a more direct... I always, even as a kid, I think that's just like how we were raised these days, but I always had a specific thought of what I wanted to do. And it changed over time, but I always had that thought in my head. It wasn't just, oh, you know, be a kid. They kind of hardline you into doing, like, thinking about college and afterwards. Pretty young, in my mind. Like, they really do. Hey, when I was 4, I wanted to be a geologist, or 5 or 6, or elementary school, all throughout. Then it changed. But you kind of have to. Unfortunately. Wow, that was a waste of money. Because that's, you know... I was thinking about college in, like, fucking middle school. I might have been thinking about college earlier. Unfortunately, but that's just how it goes. And yeah, I had general ideas, and I think, maybe more ideas now, and I think I might have made different decisions, but here's the thing, you're never going to really know. Because time change, like, even as you get older, times change. Oh my god, last shot. Like, you could always, oh fuck. Okay, that went badly. You die so quickly here. I think I wanted to be an archaeologist. I still would like to be an archaeologist. I think that would be fun. The thing I've realized, is this still challenge mode? Yeah, it is. The thing I've realized is I could do a lot of things and really enjoy it. There's many jobs I could have done. You know, thinking about how much the specific stuff you want to do, there's a lot of things I could have done and I think I would have been quite happy with. Or degrees I could have gotten that I just chose not to for arbitrary reasons that weren't, you know. Like, you know, how come I didn't become an English major? I could have been. It doesn't seem great, but I'm gonna get it anyways because I haven't used it. How come I didn't become a music major? How come I didn't go into, like, I don't know, something related to the film industry? But to be fair, I chose software engineering, and I chose something relating to gaming, and that's another thing I'm quite happy with. Not doing one thing doesn't mean I shouldn't do nothing. And I do like programming. My dad was influential there. My dad collected old PCs, or rather old Apple computers. Apple II, Apple, you know, IIe. Well, not Apple. He had an Apple IIe, Apple Macintosh, Apple Lisa, Apple, you know, tons of the Apple Macs, tons of the Apple Newtons, everything. Burst force trigger for every 7 coins you have. You know, this is a great perk. This is a horrible perk for the challenge run in which I can only hold 10 coins. So that's not really very useful to me. Unfortunately. Can always work as an extra in film. I could. I mean, I could do more than that if I really wanted to. There's a lot of things I could do with my life. Many people completely change careers at, like, 40. Or other things might take off depending on what happens. We're still young. You know? I am. And even if I wasn't, I could still change. I could leave my job right now and do something else. Try, anyways. Whether it would work out or whether it would fail, I wouldn't stop. That's the thing I always think about. And people say, oh, I failed. It's like, failed at what? I guess I'm not a person to, like, quit my job and then do, like, you know, only the one thing. I'm always going to have a job. I'm always going to do something. If I run out of money, work. Even if it's, like, a shitty job, it's better than nothing. And then you keep going towards your goal. It might be hard or harder. But I do it because, you know, you got to live. Do whatever you can do to live. And go towards whatever goal you've set for yourself, whatever that may be. But yeah, it could change at any time. And I'm fine with that, really. Alright, buy that. Summon a beach ball that emits 5 streams of confetti. Huh. Why not? Failure is inevitable. What's important is what you do after you fail. Well, I mean, failure is a state of... Sometimes failure is a state of giving up. If your goal is to have a certain job at some point, do a specific career, you only fail when you give up. Like, if I don't get to the place I want, well, I'm going to do something else until then. a different job, a different career, until I can manage to get to the place I want to be. Slowly. But as soon as I say I can't do it, or I don't want to do it anymore, that's when you fail. And that's a sad state of affairs, I think. You shouldn't give up if you can help it, I think. But a lot of people, I mean, aren't as passionate at stuff as they seem. A lot of people just feel like first of all, a lot of people don't even care too much about what they're doing. What they want is to be happy in life, to find some people, and to enjoy the time they have outside of what they do. A lot of people aspire for different kinds of lives. And I think it would be it's not a bad way. There's the old Tolkien quote about if more people would aspire to good friends and good food, then maybe, things would be better. But I aspire for those things too. It just depends. I think being younger, maybe we don't see the benefit of sticking with something for 20 years and how routine and easy knowledgeable we get. There's always trade-offs. I guess I have no qualms about leaving a place. I see benefits of staying, but not long-term benefits. I see the benefit of staying at my current job is because I see the direct benefits of I stay at a job because I'm getting paid well, and maybe I'll continue to get paid well. It's a good job. You get treated well. It's not miserable or horrible. There's stuff like that. Good, consistent, solid work where you're valued and respected. Those are all benefits, and getting paid well is a big benefit. Would I leave if I find something better? Yes. But a good example is like right now, I'm not going to leave my job because the industry is really bad right now, and people are getting fired. And can I even find another one? Well, we'll see. But I'm not someone who's like, oh, you should stick to a company. The number one, if you want more money, if your specific thing is more money, quit your job and find a new job. Or rather, go looking for a new job. Don't quit immediately. That is the best way of increasing your salary. Regardless, if you want to stay at the job you like because you like it, fair enough. But if you're going for more money, you could get a significant amount more. Regardless of how much they're paying you and giving you yearly increases, it depends. Obviously, you don't want to be the guy who looks flaky and switches every 2 years, but there's a balance. Could it just be a fantasy that the perfect job even exists? I mean, well, that's the dilemma of job. Is as soon as something becomes a job instead of a hobby, it's not what you thought it was, right? But it can be better, and it can be best. Whatever perfect means, there are plenty of people who've talked about getting a specific thing and then they love it, even if it's tough, even if it's work, even if it is work. A good example are plenty of people who become streamers and YouTubers, big ones, and they talk about, it's rough. People don't, there are very specific struggles with it, and it can be difficult. But they also talk about how much, they wouldn't give it away for the world. There's some instability and there's some struggles there, and you have to do a lot of time and effort, but they also say they wouldn't give it up for anything. So yeah, I think there are always quote-unquote perfect jobs. The perfect job for you. The work you want to do that's satisfying, that's enjoyable, that you like, that you get paid well for. I'll get that. Why not? If I get lucky. The idea that you should just settle for a job because there won't be a perfect job. I think that's silly. Why settle for less when you can take what you can get? Maybe there's not perfect, but there's always something better. Of course, you risk losing something that's what you have right now, but there's no reason to not look. You never know what you might find if you look around, That's not really a good thing. What does this do again? No, that's a bad idea. I'm gonna buy that. I'm gonna sell that. I'm gonna buy that. Good. And there's also things you can always do in your own time. I've always been a proponent of, you can do stuff on your own time, and maybe that... Oh, shit. That was a bad run. And maybe that would lead to something, and maybe it won't. I don't know if you really count streaming as something that productive, but I think it is. I'm arrogant enough to think it could be, you know, be nice. But there's always ambitions or things I'd like to do on my own, given more time. Games. Make my own games. Make my own music. Make my own book. I'm one of the only people I know who actually likes reading. So I've always had an affinity for reading and books, stories. What do I want here? Fuck it, why not? Probably should have just re-rolled. That wasn't very good, was it? None of these are good. I'm not getting good good items. I actually wonder if you can upgrade your items in this game or not. It just occurred to me that I don't know if that's the thing that can happen. Also, you die very quickly in this game because rounds are so quick that you might not even notice that you're not doing well. Slot 1 is empty, random item. Give me that instead, that's just better. No. No. Reroll. No. 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 Is this game, is this new? It's not new. Well, it's not that new. It is a roguelike where you throw balls. And they bounce other balls. And each time you hit an 8, it gives you 8 points. You gotta get over 180 to keep going. You buy items to do things. This is a peg. If I hit this 8, it turns into a 4, which turns into a 2, which turns into a 1. And when I hit the 1, it turns into nothing. You popped it fully. And if that ever happens, this will pop whatever the lowest peg is twice. This one is if I hit a peg, turns to 4, this activates. Which gives me a chance to double a peg, which means gives it more points. It's a roguelike. It's a roguelike, it's a Balatro-esque, where you get these things, and they can cause things to happen to give you more points. And your point is to last for a long time, although I think the actual winning is 100. Go to around 100. I've beaten this game, technically, but there's challenges and there's other there's like, it's almost like Binding of Isaac, where there's different characters you can choose, which I guess would be different decks in Balatro. It is very much like a click team media fusion, whatever the fuck it was from back in the day. Classic Windows. Also, if you don't get the round total, you lose a life, and if you lose all your lives, you die. Also, if you get over a certain amount of points, it restocks, and that gives you extra lives and coins. So you want to do that. You want to get way over the total. You don't want to just make it. Grebotron. I'm playing a challenge mode right now where I only can get 10 coins, which sucks because that, you know, coins are how you buy stuff. Uranium rod. You've been playing good roguelike. This one's a great one. There's a lot to unlock. There's a lot of, I think it's great for what it is. Maybe you won't love it, but it's very quick and lightning fast. And as you play it, it's like, oh yeah, there's some neat shit here. See, it restocked twice, so I got an extra life. I guess Vampire Survivors is a roguelike. I guess it's a roguelike. I don't know if I would count that the same as any other roguelike. I don't even know if I would count that as a roguelike. Been waiting for 80s too. It's gotten some big updates, but I've also been waiting for it to come out fully before I actually dive in again. Because I really haven't you played it more than I have. When it comes out, I'll probably stream a bunch of Hades too, when it fully comes out, which I think is supposed to be later this year. That was the goal anyways. Whether that's actually going to happen or not, I don't know. We'll see. I guess I should be explaining what I'm doing. So we have item that randomly triggers. This relies on another item. Nubby bounces. That's when it does anything. That's a total of nothing. Flamethrower. Give me that. Every 1 second, a random peg will explode. Great. Tree. That's not great. Steam considers Vampire Survivors to be an action roguelike. What are the roguelike elements of it? What's actually random each time? There isn't like random enemies necessarily or random seeds. The only random part of Vampire Survivors is what upgrades you might get. And even then, a lot of times you might end up getting most of them. It's more up to you of what you choose to upgrade. Like, I don't really think there isn't much random generation at all. There's none, actually. I don't think there is any in Vampire Survivors. The only element of roguelite would be permanent upgrades. And that's not enough for it to be roguelite, really. And again, you can skip random choices to go for specific things you want in Vampire Survivors. But, like, I don't know. I don't know if I would count that as a roguelike or a roguelite. Although I guess you could call this something similar. Is this a roguelike? It's all about the upgrades you get that are random. But each round is not that different. It's kind of the same every time. It's just random configuration. So does this count as a roguelike? I'm counting it as one. I mean, maybe the definition has changed more. It's kind of a game where you do runs and upgrades are random of some kind. Or I don't know. I don't really know. I have no idea. Roguelike, if you don't know, the origin of roguelike comes from the game Rogue, which had a randomly generated map and random items that would be around the map. Very classic, very traditional, like a Netscape or WazHack, NetHack, whatever. I'm getting that. I know I froze that, but whatever. And a lot of roguelike stuff had to do with random map generation. Like, you're playing Binding of Isaac, and the levels are random, and the items you get are random. Or games of random terrain generation. Procedurally generated, essentially. Procedural generation is a big aspect of it. But I mean, at this point, it's kind of fuzzy. It is kind of fuzzy. I don't really know how it's describing. So I guess Vampire Survivors counts as much as anything does. I guess I never thought of it that way. Why would I get that? That's a waste. I'll get, oh, God damn it, it's in the fucking way. From reading Wikipedia, it's kind of request dungeon crawl. It doesn't require dungeon crawl, because there's plenty of roguelikes without dungeon crawl. There's so many kinds now. What did I get? Oh, Black Market, which I never go to. The evil key. I don't even know if I want that, but fuck it. I got it. God, I could just do a normal run of this game without the challenge. With instead of using Tony, I could use the other guy. But also, I'm sure if you're looking for a game like more roguelikes that have combat and stuff of that nature, there's plenty of other ones. Dead Cells is a fantastic example, or like Rogue Legacy. It was like $2 on the Switch, even though I think I owned it somewhere else. I was like, I would like this is a good game to have on the Switch. That is a great roguelike with meta progression and upgrades and random levels every time. Roguelites or short gameplay runs. I don't think that's true. Roguelite is a light version. Roguelikes are like Rogue. Roguelites are different. And the way I always saw a roguelite is that it has meta progression. Where a roguelike shouldn't have meta progression. It should be truly random. A roguelite, on the other hand, has some kind of meta progression. Some kind of enhancement each time. Where you could slowly, like a Hades, where you could buy upgrades in between runs. That is a roguelite. A roguelike is always a bit more like, more strictly similar to actual Rogue. And I played some actual roguelikes. I guess this game technically is. And Balatro are roguelikes. Because it's like you don't really get any meta progression. I mean, you don't get any meta upgrades. I guess you do get some meta progression, as in you unlock more, variations on the runs you can do. But I don't know if that strictly counts, because it's like I'm never upgrading myself to where I'm getting a benefit next time I play this round. It's always different. You're always starting from zero here. You unlock cards. I guess you do. No, you're right. There are meta progression in that. That's fair. That counts. That's a roguelite. Most of them these days are roguelites, because people like that meta progression aspect. Not before it's triggered. Oh, man. Oh, that's terrible. That's interesting. That is a very interesting thing. I'm going to get that. I have nothing that can utilize this as it stands, but I think it could somehow be useful. So I'm going to get it anyways. I might just lose. That might have just been a waste, but fuck it. Go for it. I've heard people say roguelike is basically a game where you can do run style over and over again and have meta progression. Again, like or light. People get those confused. I mean, and the names make sense if it's a light version of rogue. It's rogue, but it's not fully random. Whereas like is like, oh no, it's like rogue. And when you think about the names, they make sense, but when you see them out of context, it's like I don't know what they mean. It can be a little more confusing. And these days, people just use one or the other anyways, not thinking about it. Huh. That's interesting. What do I actually want there? Bucket. It's a linguistics thing. Well, yeah, but but that's the point, is that people use roguelike and roguelite interchangeably. Some do, but some don't. It's not like it's like one word is turning into another word. It's like people use both words and they don't know it, and they don't really know which one to use. And I don't know what's going to win out. For example, there's a Steam tag here. I'm showing you. There's a Steam tag right now for roguelite and roguelike. I guess I should get rid of it. So you can see that there's one or the other. So like Night Rain and Uma Musume. I'm not going to play Uma Musume. I'm not going to play it. Blueprints. And a lot of these I wouldn't count as roguelikes versus a roguelite. Which pretty much has the exact same list. Because people are like, oh, I'm just going to use both. I honestly wonder if it's because of things like Steam where people just use both. Because that gives them more view. People will see it more. So you're just going to do whatever one they want to use. Actually, I want to look at only roguelites, not roguelikes. The only roguelike I can think of is probably like Waz Hack, for example, which is a good example. Does Buckshot Roulette have any meta progression? I don't think it does. I guess that Buckshot Roulette would count as a roguelike and not a roguelite. As example. Do I not own Waz Hack? I really don't, do I? But people love meta progression. It makes them feel nice and tingly, so people love roguelites. Some people like it. Do I not own Waz Hack? I own it on another platform. I should buy this. I should stream this. Listen, this game looks like shit. I'm aware this game looks like shit. But, like, this game is great. Every time you spawn, you randomly generate a new world with enemies. It's a classic style of, like, net hack. Where you have, like, random swords and shields, and you don't know what they do until you get them. And there's different, like, potions with wacky names. And the name isn't revealed to be Potion of Healing until you use it for the first time, or you get someone to use it. So all the items, all the spells, everything is probably going to buy. It's on sale right now. Oh, this is like worms. Very specific game. But, yeah, I'll probably buy this. This guy is 2,485 hours in this game. Honestly, I probably have like 100 hours in this game. 60 hours, 1.5 hours. Permadeath roguelike game, yeah. 2.5 hours. 200, almost 300 hours. 200 hours. See, I'm not crazy. I'm going to buy this game after stream, and I'm going to play it and stream it because I like this game. Just, I had that thought. Beautiful. I think Hades is more of a roguelite. No, Hades is absolutely more of a roguelite. But Binding of Isaac is more of a roguelike. But Binding of Isaac has meta progression. You get more items. You get more characters. You get more stages. Initially, you get to Mom. And then you unlock Mom's Heart. And then you unlock, Shale. And you unlock these other areas in the game you don't even get access to until you beat stuff. And bosses, you unlock a lot of stuff throughout the game. So I don't know if I would count Isaac as a roguelike. It's more of a roguelike than Hades, probably. Because there's still a level of every run you start with complete randomness. And if you want to treat it as that, as regardless of meta progression in terms of more characters and more items you can use in your runs, the fact that you always start every run the same. No matter what you're doing in Isaac, you're starting the run with nothing. You're not starting with like, oh, I upgraded my speed, so now every run after this is speedy. No, you're always starting from shit. Is there a pass the round goal one? No. Nothing. I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna die here anyways. I'm not gonna make... This is a bad round, a bad run. Give me like another restock. God damn it. Come on, give me some sugar. Like the D6 for Isaac or the Razor Blade with Eve. I guess that might count a little bit. I forget that you can change the loadout of those characters essentially to start with something where they wouldn't before. And I suppose that does count because you can never go back. Because I was thinking of choice of characters as like, oh, that's like just a different way of starting the run, right? Which is a little different. God damn it. There's a lot of roguelikes I own that I haven't played nearly enough of. Either I got them from one way or another, or maybe it was a sale or a bundle that I would like to play more of, but... roguelike run days. And I guess that counts. That is such a small thing to discount it, but it still counts. Because Isaac doesn't start with anything, and then he starts with a new item. It's technically a direct upgrade, isn't it? And not even a direct, but a good upgrade. It's a good item to have. Good item to have in the early game. If you upgrade it, it's even better. Like, at this point, I could just... Again, this is a great item to have in the early game. 300 points. It does not scale well. But if I want to just like win the first couple rounds, great. So I think that this one's always worth buying if you see it when you're starting. Restrict item in slot 5. Honestly, it's not even a bad thing to have if you can get this thing to trigger like 20 times. But yeah, they get the general idea. They wouldn't get the distinction between the two, even if there is one. But you'd have to explain it anyways, because roguelikes and roguelites and in the same genre are so different. I think what people would more care about is the specifics. Is there meta progression? Isn't there? What kind of gameplay? Is it poker or is it combat? If it is combat, is it top-down like Hades or is it side-scrolling like Dead Cells? There's so much that you could, or I guess Hades is not even top-down. It's like orthogonal. I don't even have access to that yet, but there's so many other things that you could engage with respect to that. Five? Yeah, 5. So, saying that, oh, it's a roguelike doesn't matter as much. It gets the general idea across that there are some randomization elements. But the specifics, I think, will matter more. Because I'm not just going to play any game that just triggered a roguelike. Otherwise, I would have played Elden Ring Night Rain. Which I obviously haven't. Or Uma Musume, Pretty Derby, which actually is a roguelike. I'm not playing the horse game, I promise you. I'm not going to play the horse game. I'm not going to play the horse game. Everyone's playing the horse game. But I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to play the horse game. God, this music is so good. It makes everything you say sound like some kind of speech at the end of Ferris Bueller when he's taking a stand. Shadowlands. You don't know what game I'm talking about. It is a game about horse girls. It's not really about racing. It's about raising a horse girl. I don't need that. And yes, you have to train them to race, but you're not racing. They are. And you don't have any capacity. You're not like driving them. They just do it. If you train them well enough, they'll win. It's not even gambling. It is not gambling because you are training a specific horse, and your run ends when they can't proceed any further. They don't rank highly enough to continue on in the races. I hate that. Wow, poop butt. I remember this guy. This one's actually more useful than this one. Alright, poop butt, you're gonna be a savior. What the fuck? Nose. Well, I mean, that's not useful, but why not? Watch someone play the game. People not shit about this horse. Well, because people keep streaming it. Why is everybody? People who don't give a shit about horse girls or anime or these kinds of games are all streaming the game for whatever reason. And it's like, this is the last person in the world I would expect to stream this game. And not just that, but everybody. And it's like, this is strange. This is bizarre. This isn't that useful. This is a great perk, but terrible for this challenge, because I only have 10 coins. That's not useful. Even this is not useful. Dun, 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 dun. I should get rid of this Jax. They have to gain X bounce. Yes, they do. And they're all based on real horses. Again, it's interesting how trends happen. I'm not against playing trends, but my thought is like, I don't know what I would even say if I played that game. I would just be bashful and shy about these anime girls and be cringe a little bit and just be like, oh, it's a game. I wouldn't be doing anything compelling with it. Don't sell that yet. Don't be a moron. Buy that. Sell that. I guess I could have bought another Jax if I really wanted to, but beautiful. Wonderful. Wonderful. Nice. I mean, he took his horses and replaced some anime girls, basically. But they're horse girls. So they have horses, and they run oddly fast. I don't see how this is useful. I'm just gonna get that again. I don't even think there is a kink to it. I think it is just people like... Again, for most people, it's just that it's anime girls. It's horse themed, whatever. They got ship things. I don't think it's fetish related. It's just, they're just cute girls, and it's horse themed because people like horses. And that's kind of the end of it. And it's them going through what is essentially school life, but with horses in horse training facilities. And that's the premise. And you train them to do well. God, now I'm just buying good shit of indeterminate quality. I'm not even, like, thinking. Again, we can't just say, oh, I don't get it, so it's for fetishes. It's for kinks. That's what people say about furries. That's what people say about a lot of communities that people don't get. It's not always kink related. It's just people doing stuff because they like it. because they think, you know, people like very obvious girls with like horse, you know, very obvious anime cute girls with horse ears are cute. That's kind of the where they draw the line. I'm not trying to be, but it's like that's such an internet thing. That's what everybody will always do. You don't need to be sorry about it. It's fine. But it's like that's always the thing. It's like, oh yeah, it's oh they gotta be cute ways. Well, I mean, it's not even that. It's just horse girls. I don't know. It's like slime girls. Is that any better? It's a bit different if they started drawing it more and more like an actual horse. But these are people who look, yeah, they just look like girls. Who put on like, it's like when you have a quote-unquote cat girl, and it's a girl with cat ears. It's like, okay, that's just a girl. You've just drawn a girl there. You've drawn a girl and they put on like fake ears. That's what you've done. The game even has fake idol stages for them to sing songs, which they do, and do performances and dances, which is probably why people like it so much, because idol culture is rampant these days. But if it was like, it is like 90-10 human horse. If it was like a different ratio, if it was like 50-50, that would be a little bit more weird, I think. And then, and at the very least, they probably couldn't like, I don't know. It wouldn't be a game about just cute girls or whatever. It would be different. Okay, thanks, Egg. You ruined me, Egg. Different levels of cat girl. I don't know what that image is. Put it in the Discord if you want me to see it, because I don't know what I'll look at it afterwards. I'm curious. But yeah, I don't want to. I mean, it's just a game. There's arguably weirder stuff. It's not that it's being horse girls that weirds me out, but it's just a very gacha anime game that seems very generic. It's like, yeah, it's gacha anime. You get, you know, random stuff. You can pay real money for it. Mobile. It's essentially, and it was a mobile game. If you play it on PC, you can see the mobile aspects of it. And it's like, well, okay, why is this big? Why did this blow up? That's the more the question of like, I don't get. Fuck it. You know what? I've set myself to do this challenge. I'm getting tired of this challenge a little bit. Let me look at the other challenges there are. Can I not? Do I have to die? Do I have to try to die? Here's the thing. Trying to die is not even easy. Like, it's really not as much about how you throw the ball. It sometimes is. That does matter. But a lot of times it just matters what things you choose to do. And so luck will just keep you winning even if you want to lose, because you've made the right decisions. Oh, man. Never gotten two of those before. Because there's stuff even in the main game I haven't done. If I look at just like classic mode, I unlocked this as Tony. I don't know who this is. I didn't unlock them, but there's Tony Jr. And I didn't get Tony Jr. or any of these other fellows. Also, Tony looks like a person I know IRL. There's Plain Jane. Rare items, foods, and perks cannot be found. Failure to meet the quota on any round will result in the leftmost item being deleted. Holy shit. The Nublock. Oh, that's funny. That's a good name. That's a great name. During restocks, you can only gain +1 life at most, even if you restock more than once. Oh, actually, that sounds fun. I'm going to go for this one. Well, that sounds fun, but it also doesn't sound too bad. That's kind of why I'm choosing. Because, like, guys, I know the challenges. This one actually sounds like it seems easy. Tolerable. It just means I can't get, like, 30 restocks and get 30 lives back. Or up to the max, I guess. Which I'm fine with. Because if I'm like getting low on health, I'm already too late anyways. Being like an idiot. Okay, reroll. Oh, okay. You know what? I just said that and I might die here. If you die before you even get your first item, that's pretty sad. See, now, look, I got 12 coins. I don't just have 10. I'm expanding my horizons. So I'm going to buy 2 of these. Going to re-roll. Things are a little bit more expensive now, but that's fine. Because at least I can get, like, a lot more money. I'm not locked. Let me see. Dun, 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 dun. This. I see what you mean. I mean, I was also thinking of more realistic, as if like an actual, like a horse. But I guess that works too. Where it's like there's a difference there. Even then, I think the ratio is almost too much. But or like too dramatic, but we'll see. Like no, they're a 1. They're a 1. That's what I said, 90-10. 90% human. My last shot. Give me that fucking coin. God damn it. That didn't go well, but it was a bad start anyways. This might be a harder challenge than I realized, which I guess I should have figured, but... And I had thoughts in my head. Sorry, having money back is so freeing. That's the one thing, is like having no money is so restrictive. Like, man. That is the fundamental way of... I mean, that is a hard challenge. It's the fundamental way of interacting with this game. You interact with this game by getting money. You know, I'll take that. That's good for early round. I will say now there's incentive to save money. Where previously there wasn't, because you either use it or you spend it. Interesting. Yeah, this game excels at just being a little odd. Wow! Oh my god! Oh my goodness! That's crazy! I can't believe it! What are you insinuating? You know you can't do that. You know you can't do that. You know you can't. I know you promised them, but it doesn't... Ooh. I can afford it. It is a rare item. Get one of those. The man looked at himself in the mirror. And what he discovered is that he did not recognize the face that he saw. What he made of that is hard to say. Yeah, this is a useless perk as of right now, but I'll make it work for me. Last shot. Nice shot! I get the 256. Doesn't matter, but that would have been nice if I got the 256. Come on, give me more. I could go gambling. Never go gambling. It's not good for your health. Unless it is. Wow, I got poopy butt. Thanks. And I got evil goose, which I guess I could sell for to get money back. I guess I technically made money there. Which is fine. Okay, give me another life. Come on, give me another life. Like Max Goof said to his father in an extremely goofy movie, where it echoes in his head and reverberates. I can restock and get 1 life. I'm struggling here, man. I don't think I might not win any of these runs, but it's hard, which is fair. And I gotta be up at like 3:30 tomorrow or something, so I shouldn't be. could buy cactus. What is it? What does a goose do? I'm selling that shit. That's not good. You know what? That at least works with what I got, so I'm going to buy 2 of those. Use one to upgrade the other. Wait, what is this clip? Oh my god. Sorry, I don't know what went over me. Listen, I don't know what happens to me sometimes. You have to get used to that. At least I do. Things just awaken. What does this even do? Every 5 pegs popped. Okay. That's not a good configuration. That's not a good configuration, but we're fine. Ouch, you prick. I've had 1 life for like 10, 15 turns right now. It's not pleasant that... Give me a life, you fucker. That one is empty. Actually, I'll do that again. Yeah, that's just nice. I mean, have you ever seen the wow, oh my god clip? From some, like, it's an African movie. And it's very funny. I believe historically Etika used to use it a bunch. A long time ago. I think that's how I probably first saw it. I need to get a lot more points. And I'm not, like... Yeah, there we go. It's like, I'm about to die soon, aren't I? 1 mistake was all it takes. And soon we'll have the munchies for some Jaffa cakes. That's how the song went, didn't it? Unrelated, Yogscast right now is selling they're auctioning off a bunch of their shit to help pay for like charity expenses for their charity, which they do every year. And one of those is they're selling like a gold play button for their channel. It's like, man, you could just buy that if you just want it. It's like, yeah, I own a play button, guys. I own a 1,000,000 play button. Just scratch off the name, put your own there. I didn't know you could do that. Obviously, you want to buy it because it's theirs, but among other random useless stuff. But it's like, huh, that's neat. That's fun. So what a silly thing, because it's not useful. For any, like, it doesn't give you anything really. It's just an arbitrary goal. It used to mean more. I mean, back in the day, 1 million. I mean, it still means enough now, but like it used to mean more back in the day, where it's like 1 million was like insane, and now like there's a lot of channels with like 100 million. It's like that's crazy, and their life is just different. 20 eggs popped. Force triggers all items that summon anything. Huh? Fuck it. I've never gotten that one before. I don't think we're making it out of this one. You know, I'm just going to re-roll immediately. Oh, no. God damn it. I'm going to freeze that and buy something else. 1 in 50 chance to metamorphosize. Fuck yeah, dude. I haven't even eaten dinner, but I had a very, very big lunch. So that kind of covers it. I am becoming like a peasant working on the fields in medieval England. Where it's like I have 1 meal a day at lunch, and that's it. I always wondered the thought of it. Could you survive off bread, cheese, and onions? Like, I guess you need protein, but cheese has protein, depending on how much you get. And maybe meat, cheese, bread, and onions, but like... bread, cheese, and onions are things that last a while in store, and I think you could last a very long time with just that. My only worry there would be protein. But I think you can get a lot of that from cheese. You know what? Don't give me money. Give me this. Gamba. Shitty. But whatever. It's fine. Yeah, I underestimated this challenge a little bit, I think. I thought if I restocked more than once, I'd still get a life. But I guess I was wrong. Unless it means, like, you only ever get 1 extra life in the entire game. Might as well just say you don't get bonus lives. But I don't think that's what it means. That would be a stupid way of reading that sentence. I think people who live off mean cheese and onions for generations lived. Or maybe still do. God damn it, I can't afford either of this shit. Oh, actually, okay. Oh shit, dude, my dude evolved. I'm gonna sell that, and I'm gonna buy... I'm gonna buy this. If I could get this to trigger more than once, that would be brilliant. Maybe they still do. I don't know. I think I could live off cheese and onions and bread. Like a peasant. Or like an adventurer. Listen, I read too much fantasy novels. I really do. Like traditional classic fantasy. Swords and magic and shit. It's like, oh, they got what carries in a rucksack during your adventures? You get like dried meat and bread. Maybe some hard cheese. Maybe apples if you got them. And that's going to be it. And you're going to eat that for like weeks on end because that's all you got. And that's all that sits in a bag in the back of your horse for like weeks on end. Or you go like realistic cowboy meals and you get like beans. What do I do if I upgrade this? Actually, I don't know. This won't be useful now, but I'm gonna freeze it and get back to it later. Again, I am playing pure randomness with these fucking things. But pure randomness can give me the coins I need to do good shit. Man, I had such a good run at the very start of this game, or the very start of the stream. My best run today was the first one, and ever since then it's been all downhill. It has not been coming up Millhouse, unfortunately. Give me that. Unrelated, but I was thinking about flying because I'm going to be on a flight tomorrow. I've been on many flights in my time, but as a kid, I didn't care about like playing games and stuff on a plane. I would just be like, oh, whatever, do occupy your time. Now I do, and I don't know why. I don't know what happened to me. Over the years, as I got into middle school and high school, I became incredibly self-conscious. I guess maybe part of it's like I'm an adult. And like, what am I gonna whip out my Switch? What if they look at? I mean, I don't use the screens on the back of the seat in front of me to watch stuff, because whatever I watch, they can see it. So in my mind, it's like, I want it private. I don't want them to see what I'm watching. So I typically don't use it, and I'm fine doing other stuff. But a lot of the times, the last couple like plane rides, I just like listen to a podcast or music or something, which is fun. And if it's a good podcast, I have to like stifle myself from bursting out laughing on the plane. And then you don't want to do that. You don't want to be like the fucking asshole who like is audibly laughing out loud, like really loudly on a plane. It's like, you can't do that. Come on, man. This is fucking chaos run. But there are times when it's like whatever podcast is so fucking funny at certain points that I act like that I almost can't handle it. There are videos that can do that too, but I feel like a lot of times it actually is somehow it's podcasts that can really like tickle my bone of funniness, depending on who it is. Whether it's like the classic, the very old Ricky Gervais podcast from the mid 2000s, or the Triforce podcast, or maybe some other. There's other ones too that I won't name. But I tend to do that instead of just playing or watching stuff, and maybe part of that is just fear of judgment. Or what I could be doing is playing a game and knocking out some progress because I have nothing to do for a couple hours. Why not play a game? But God, I'm really shitting the bed here. And I should get over it, and I guess if I'm sitting next to people, then I won't care as much. But I always end up getting, like, the seat next to people or the seat alone. And I can't even blame other people. That's like my fault. It's usually I'm just choosing that. It's like, oh, I'll take the worst seat. Because I don't mind. Or the lady's asking, hey, can one of you guys move? And it's like, yeah, I'll move. There's time this lady's like, oh, can I sit next to my child? And it's like, oh, yeah, absolutely. So I moved away from my grandma and my sister, and I was in the very back seat in the plane. Next to nobody. Nobody was in my aisle but me. I could just see the pilots over there. And I was like, where the fuck am I? I didn't mind. I mean, it's not much. But that invariably happens. Dun, 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 dun. I do like planes. I think I liked planes more as a kid. I think a problem I have now, and maybe it's because I got bigger, it's just the fact that it's uncomfortable. It is just really uncomfortable. Oh my god. I kind of would prefer that. My legs aren't that long, but I just can't find a comfy way to sit. Ever. Lights came on. Like, I can't anymore. I can't sit normally. I can't stretch my legs. And I just feel, like, trapped and uncomfortable. I can't sleep. I just can't. So then you're just, like, there in misery. And you have to deal with it, but... That's interesting. Oh, that's really interesting. Very specific. So the way this works is you basically put like a burner item in slot 2 to trigger off some stupid thing. And as soon as it does, you don't care about what it does. You just care that it triggers, and everything else will trigger because of it. Yeah, I'll take it. I won't do that yet, but... You were in the aisle, so everyone important was in the aisle. What? I was in the aisle, so everyone important was in the aisle? What does that mean? I sometimes have to take the aisle. If I can get a window seat, I will. Of course I will, but... I just need something else. Bucket that gives me a meat orb immediately. Okay, beautiful. Odd one, but yeah, okay. Maybe a waste, but like that gives me shit immediately. Among other stuff. I have an interesting strategy coming on. I like this. I like this a lot, actually. This is cool. That is a very interesting perk. It'll be more useful if I get more shit, but fuck it, gamble. Means you are important. Am I important? Eh. I wasn't even in the aisle there. 5. Lost money. Gamble. Somehow we evolved this conversation about Horse Girl Game into seeing if any artists would do a commission. Are you? Is that what you guys are fucking talking about in my Discord? I guess so. Artist has done draw. I've never asked artists to do anything for me because he typically will do it for free, and I would want to pay him. And I tend to do my own art. But if you ever watch artists, he does good streams. If you ever want to watch his art, he's a good artist. He's a quality artist. He's great. And he does a lot of free work for other people, which is incredibly kind of him. God damn it, man! I was so excited about that perk, but I just couldn't pull through. But thanks. I'm glad you watch my stuff. Well, somebody does. Jeez, somebody in the world sees the value in what I do. You never know, dude. Like a firework, I'm about to pop off, or maybe like a bottle full of Mentos. But then once it's popped off, all you get is like, you know, a smoking cylinder or a bottle of flat soda. To take your pick. But his music is so fucking good. Oh, whoa, that's interesting. Give me that, and give me that. Beautiful. It's a good way to start. It's a great way to start, actually. Cheap viewers on stream boo. No. Get deleted. Who pays for all these bots? There's no way it could ever be profitable, but I guess it is. I guess it must be. Someone out there must be like, oh, this is making us the big bucks. What is this again? Yeah, this definitely doesn't scale well, but it seems good for now. That wouldn't work well with that, but it would work in general. Fuck it, give me that. It's a minor amount of extra bonus for what I currently have, but it's whatever. That works better with other perks. I apologize. If you want me to be explaining all of this stuff, I hate your cheap views. Your chat is more active than people who have 400 people in it. Well, I don't... I guess I'm trying not to incentivize people, just... I don't know. I don't mind if people lurk, but... I don't get it. I don't know why some people chat and some people don't. What drives people to want to chat? It helps. I have some people that I just know in chat, but also I know some people want conversations, some people don't. It's a mystery. I've had plenty of random people who I've never met before, like you and other people, come to chat as well, but it depends. I am nervous chatting in a small chat, because then you're immediately recognized. As long as you're not the only person. If you're the only person in chat, then that's stressful. If you're not the only person, it's easier. But it depends. And I think a part of it is if I read something stupid and you have a response to it, and you act out, that might be a little bit of a difference. I'm gonna buy all of those. I know that might be a waste, but I can go to the cafe now. And that's worth doing. Like medium or small streamers. People always have different preferences. Some people say, oh, I used to like the streamer, but they got bigger and then it became a little less. Depends on the level of interaction you actually want. And you might say with some big streamers, it's like, well, what's the point of chatting? But there is still, like, reasons, you know. And then even with big streamers, I've had them read my chats, and there's some fun there. If you say something out of pocket or a question they might answer, I don't know. I feel like that's the kind of the point for bigger streamers is to say something humorous, and then for them to read it and respond, versus, you know, actual engagement. Or, I mean, they still might read and actually ask. Someone asks a genuine question, they might give a genuine answer. It still happens. It's not like it doesn't, but, you know, it depends. It might not be common. And it depends if you just, like, if I have a stream on in the background, I just want them for entertainment purposes. Or you might want to respond because there's talking shit about something. I don't want this. You know what? I think that probably is a net benefit, actually. Maybe I'll keep the tree. Actually, I don't think it is a net benefit. I'm going to sell that. Wow, it's incredible bouncing. Holy shit. Half of German's popular clips of him reading a chat message. Kinda, yeah. It's not uncommon. But there's people like them, or people like Vinny Vinesauce, Mark Skeletor Joel, where they can still read chat, and it's random. It's still completely random who they might end up reading, but because there's so many people, and chat can be a monolith, especially depending on the days when they're playing stuff people want to watch. But it's still a thing of like, well, you know. Versus in a smaller chat, you're almost guaranteed to be read, or at least your message to be seen. Whereas even in a bigger chat, you might get your message read, but it might not be seen. And that depends. It's a difference. The culture just changes depending on where you're at. For better or for worse, whatever people gauge that to be. Gold Rush. God, this game is just a good, like... It's another one of those good chill roguelike games, but I feel like it scratches a good itch. You just see things pop. It is not easy, just because it's quick. Hence the fact that I've been losing a ton, but... Sometimes I want to lurk. Oh, I'm fine with that. You don't have... Again, I never want to force someone to talk. I won't... Like, there are people who say, oh, you should call out people who show up in your stream. I don't even have the chat... I've never have the viewer count or the chat list. I have no idea who's in my chat. I could check right now. And see. But I never do that. And I never look at the viewer count. I just talk. And if someone talks, I will say hello. I don't mention followers. If I ever turn on my affiliate, which I haven't turned it on yet because I just don't think I'll need it. And if I decide to do that, I would never announce, oh, thanks for subscribing or whatever. I won't do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do any of that. People can stay and watch. If they don't want to chat, they don't have to chat. I want it to be as easy for people. Because some people don't want to be perceived. Sometimes they just want to watch and enjoy the entertainment. And I'm happy if they want to do that. to give them the entertainment. I'm happy to talk if they want to talk, but if they don't, then I'm very much against pressuring people for anything. I guess I should do what Artist suggests and do like a lurk command, but if people want to acknowledge they're here but acknowledge that they can't watch, why did I re-roll? I should have frozen the rock. That was my mistake. I'm never gonna get another rock to upgrade this guy now. Also, this is the last run, and then I'll end stream because I should like finish packing and then go to bed since I have to get up early tonight. For my early flight tomorrow, it is very nice. Very nice. Get banned or chat. Yeah, no. I want it to be as low pressure as possible. People can dive in, dive out. I got people who show up for 5 minutes and then that's it, but they still show up relatively consistently. It's nice to see them. Even if they don't contribute to my overall view count very much, I don't care. You know? I think consistent slow progress will eventually pay off at some point. You just got to give things time. There's always a little bit of luck and randomness, but as long as you're doing stuff and attempting to improve, things will work out. I'm very optimistic. I really am. I know that's not the norm these days. People are very pessimistic, but I can't help it. It helps that I'm listening to this incredibly optimistic sounding hope. This sounds like hopeful music. Like this is very hopeful, like coded music. Bum, bum, bum. You know, this is the kind of music you should be saying inspirational shit to. Like someone giving a speech at the end of a John Hughes movie. Is 1,000 subs? She's 1,000 subs. How does she have 1,000 subs but only 10 viewers a stream? Who is subbing? So I'm not gonna complain. Like I'm not saying that as a critical thing, but that's an odd. I figured it would be like. Don't you have more viewers than subs typically? Isn't it the other way around? Oh, you're talking about YouTube. Sorry, I thought about like Twitch subs. Okay, no, that's fair. 10,000 subs is pretty good. Hey, I'm happy I have like 160 or however many subs I have on YouTube right now for my VOD. That's my VOD channel. That's not even my real channel. My real channel is more. But aside from the one video I'm currently working on that I have been slow at, I haven't really posted a video in like a month or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 maybe. But yeah. Can't be disappointed. I mean, I put effort in my YouTube channel, so I can't downplay even like putting effort into making my VODs and uploading them and, you know, making them clean and having a thumbnail for each one. Kind of pretty annoying, so they're rooted for his success. That's a little rude. I don't care. I mean, you shouldn't root for you should root for your friend's success regardless. Regardless of how I feel about people's streaming quality, you should root for them anyways. I might as well show off my secret behind-the-scenes channel. I just want to say, I do make a thumbnail for every single stream I do. This is a VOD from my old, where I streamed somewhere else on YouTube. I moved it over just so I could have something to post when I'm gone. I'll make a special thumbnail for it, but it's like this one. Like, look at this beautiful thumbnail. This was a bad thumbnail. This one was alright. DK. That's a VOD I need to put a thumbnail on. I haven't finished that one yet. Super Mario Kart World 64. Not a bad thumbnail, but I think the fact that the 64 gets cut off at the bottom right corner is a problem. Mario Builder is not a bad one. Simple. What do actually if I sort by views? It's fun. Look at this, man. 2,000 views on this video. That's crazy. Oh, shit. Here's my stream. Hey, that was a good stream on Monday. That was a great stream. It's nice when videos do well. Most of them don't. But I do it anyways, because, you know, you got to do things consistently. It's fun. I like YouTube. I've always liked YouTube. It's not surprising that I do things on YouTube. For how big into YouTube I have been for such a long time. Well, I mean, it seems things like my Terraria VOD has 730 views, but it has 21 comments and 31 likes. That's like strange. It's fun. It's good. Even if I don't ever hit like major success, I'll keep doing it and increment up. As long as I don't like decay, I'll be fine. But regardless, that was fun. I love this game. Nubby's great. You kind of lose yourself in it, but it is a great game. It's very fun, very good to put on while you're doing stuff. And there is strategy. I'm always strategizing, but I've gotten to the point where I'm thinking about it. It might have been yes, that might have been. A lot of people didn't read the title of the Terraria video saying, I have never played this game, which is in the thumbnail. Sorry, just to cut. How have I never played this game? I never played it. People are like, how are you so bad at this? And then I say in the comment, I never played it. And they're like, oh, sorry, I didn't know. Actually, I don't think it was. No, that was a different video. Wait. Oh, those are the ones I haven't responded to. Sorry, that makes more sense. Yeah, sorry. No, you're right. That is the one. Let's see the series on this. Well, there was a series on this. That's true. Most people are kind. Again, I don't give a shit about mean comments. I think they're funny. I've never bothered with them. There's like I just ignore them. Really. I tend to just like the fun ones. It's nice to see people be like positive about things. Although I will honestly, sometimes people post too many comments. It's like I don't know. Should I respond to all of them? Should I respond to any of them? I don't know. I get awkward about that. And then there's like psychopaths who make comments, like the one on Metroid where it's like this guy was drunk and he posted like a giant essay. And it was very strange. Regardless, sorry, now I'm rambling. That was fun. Nubby's fun. I'll be back Monday. Oh, sorry. There's a comment by a guy called Fist Me Daddy that says great stuff. See? I just saw that. It was not a copy pasta. But no, yeah. I'll be back on Monday. I'm not streaming tomorrow or the next couple of days. It was fun. Because if it's not fun, why bother? Thanks for watching. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.